Hello, everybody. Welcome to Vintage Inspirations. I'm Tanya. I hope everybody's doing well. Thanks for always coming back. I'm so grateful. I'm up to 300 subscribers. I can't believe it. Oh, I prayed for this day. I really did. You guys prayed with me. You guys are so sweet. I told my mother the other day I have such sweet subscribers because like I heard of some war stories and I haven't yet to have a bad comment. Well, or even like I said before, even if I do have a bad comment, I'm grateful for that because a comment is a comment and that helps my channel grow. And you can also grow and learn from critiques. So I love critiques. So feel free to critique as well. But keep the comments coming. And if you're new here, please subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you so much. And for all of my subscribers who constantly return to watch my videos, who constantly return and leave comments, God bless you. And just, enjoy the winter. And talking about the winter, it's so cold all around the country. Everyone's dealing with either snow, rain, thunderstorms, or just some cold wind, fires from the wind. It's a lot going on. So with that, I'm gonna make some homemade chicken soup. I hope you guys enjoy it. I don't have a twist on mine. I guess it's just kind of like standard. When you're making chicken noodle soup, you just put chicken, veggies of your liking, and you could use chicken stock or water, or um, you could even boil your chicken and make your own stock. It kind of varied, but it's kind of the same technique. Even in other countries, they make similar chicken noodle soup. Yeah, it's just the same. Of course, they have like their chickens in the yard, and they just go fetch a chicken and take the feathers off and do what they need to do and then prepare their chicken soup. And I know that's really nutritional for the body. But of course, I don't have chickens in my backyard. I don't plan on having any. I'm not a farm girl. In fact, I wouldn't mind farming, but I don't know about the chickens and the pigs. Maybe like a horse or like a cow, like a goat. Yeah, but I don't think I want to do chickens and pigs. That's a lot of work. Oh yes, a lot of work. Okay, so with that, I guess we'll get started. Yeah, all right. Okay, so here are our ingredients. I have chicken. Remember the other day I had that whole chicken and I cut it? Yeah, this is the other part. And I actually didn't use the legs. I don't really like legs in my soup. I like I got wings and some breasts. I don't know. I just like kind of white meat in my breast, but I did cut off the tips of the chicken leg. You see right here, there's one there because you want that bone. That's where the flavor comes for the stock for your chicken soup. And I just cut it into kind of random pieces, small. You can cut it smaller, you can cut it larger, however you want. And you can use any kind of chicken. You could even do um, fish. Yeah, you could do fish, like a fish soup. It's really, really good. And then I have my veggies. I have some parsnips. And I already cleaned and cut these. I just got to slice them up. Carrots. I got some celery. Make sure you clean all that dirt. The dirt be in here. You got to give it a real good. It's best when you're cleaning your veggies to give them a soak. When you rinse them off, it doesn't really work. It's good to have a big, deep bowl, kind of like, a high bowl where you can have a deep bowl pool of water and let them soak and clean as you go. I use my hand, sometimes a brush if it's really dirty. I thought I had bok choy, but I don't. So I have one bok choy leaf that I found in the kitchen, so we'll be using that. And then I found some okras, just a few left. And I got my leeks. I love leeks in my chicken soup. And remember, you have to slice them open and clean inside. The dirt is really inside deep. Oops, oh no. And you have to be careful, like this touched the chicken, I have to wash that. So that's dill. You can add dill to your soup. I'm going to put that in the sink so I can get that washed. I'm going to use a drop of red pepper flakes just for a little flavor. And then I have some rubbed sage on the bottom. When I'm preparing chicken meals, I always like to add a little sage. It kind of gives it a little pop. Of course, I didn't use it in that Italian dish because sage doesn't work for Italian dishes. But any other chicken dish that I normally make, I normally put some a drop of sage, especially on the holidays. Then I have the rest of that rigatoni, so I'll just use that. And I don't want a lot of pasta in my soup because pasta's not healthy for you. At least not for me in my diet. And then I have some unsalted chicken stock. You can use any kind. They even have the vegetarian kind. And if you're a vegetarian, do the same meal without the meat. And if you eat seafood, because some vegetarians do eat seafood, you can even incorporate that or just take the meat out and just do the same thing. And then I don't like to put whole garlic in my soup. I don't like the way garlic tastes when it's boiled. But feel free to add some. I have some garlic powder, some garlic pieces, some onion powder, and then I'm going to put a little chives. I don't have any onions in the dish because I have chives and some leeks, and I thought that was enough. It's very simple recipe. And I've actually added extras. I added the parsnips and the bok choy and the okra, all in the leeks. All you need is carrots and celery. That's all you need to make your chicken noodle soup. And you don't even need the stock because that flavor from the chicken will just bring it up. Okay, I think we went over everything. Yes. Okay, so we'll start chopping up the veggies. Okay, we'll start chopping. And you can chop them any way you like. I think I'm going to chop mine kind of like on a bias. I like to give kind of like texture. You know what, this one looks kind of rotten, so we're going to throw this one out. Yeah. And in fact, you know, it's so funny that we throw rotten fruit out. I'm going to cut half of it off. Half of it's not rotten. Because years ago, the reason why they started making chicken soup was they were using rotten scraps and leftovers. Yes. And they didn't want it to go to waste, so they started preparing stocks and soups, and that's how it came about. At least that's the story that I was told. So I'm going to chop these in half, straight down the middle. Oops. Be real careful with your knife. I used to be an expert at chopping, but I'm getting older, so it's a little bit more difficult. And I'm going to chop these on a bias. And like I said, you can chop them any way you want. You can even leave them whole. You can even just like cut it like that and then just go ahead and boil it. And there's variations how to what I'm trying to say. Oh, there's variations in how to cook your soup. You know, you can start off by browning your veggies. I'm just gonna boil everything, including the chicken. I'm making this really a healthy dish. Everything's being boiled. There's no browning involved. And that's because I'm feeling quite sick. And that's why I didn't sleep last night. I'm not feeling too good. This weather's getting the best of me. And as you see, I have a lot of carrots. I wanted it kind of to be like lots of carrots. I love lots of carrots. And you can put beans in this. Like I said, I'm trying to make a really healthy dish. And they say beans are healthy, but they I don't know, they add on a lot of bloating for me. Yeah, and a lot of weight. So I try to stay away from beans, even though they're healthy for you. But you have to incorporate beans in your diet because you just really need it. But, you know, for that fiber and for the nutrients. But I try to stay away from it as much as I can. And I wish I could have gotten to the farmer's market. These vegetables would have been so much better. But, of course, I wasn't able to get there. Hopefully my next dish, I'll be able to go to the farmer's market. If you plan on doing a garden this summer, you want to start eating healthier, start trying to purchase things now because it's out of season, so it's a bit cheaper, not a lot cheaper, because everything's expensive these days. But I think you can find some sales at your local home improvement store because they're selling things in bulk. Yeah. I need to make a stop in there. I haven't had a chance. I need to start purchasing, seeds and soil and things like that. So if you're going to do a garden this summer, which I suggest all of you guys do a garden, please. The vegetables are so, man, if you eat some vegetables that come out of the ground, you'll never buy something out of the store again unless you have to. It's a huge difference, huge difference. When my daughter used to live with me and my granddaughter years ago, we did a garden, and wow, that was my first time ever farming, and everything grew. We had abundance of stuff. It was amazing. I couldn't believe it. That was my first time. But thanks to Google, it helps you out. And of course, I asked a few friends who are farmers. And wow, I mean, the taste of the food was just, I couldn't believe it. I've never had nothing like it. Well, when I was younger, my great-grandmother, she had a garden. But I was never there when she was like planting and stuff like that. Well, because, in fact, I think, well, she was in St. Kitts. And the time she came over to the States, she was older. And I think the house that she bought, I think that garden was there when she moved in. And then she just, I could be mistaken, but I believe so. And, when you have a garden, it will just reproduce every year. One good thing about it, you don't have to replant your things. And I just slice these in half, and then I'm just cutting them. Now, I wouldn't recommend making this dish without celery and carrots. That's the best. That's where the broth, that chicken flavor is coming from. When you blend the veggies with the chicken, it tastes so good because you have that celery and those carrots. And I love bok choy. Bok choy is very healthy. If you haven't had any bok choy, the next time you're in the farmer's market or your vegetable aisle, grab some. They have a smaller version, then they have these long ones. I tend to buy the longer ones because I use a lot of it. Those little ones, when I buy them, I finish them in like one meal or one salad. And the good thing is you can cook with these or you can eat them raw in your salad. And they're very high in fiber and nutrients. And it's Asian, bok choy. Bok choy is an Asian vegetable. We're going to use some leeks. We're just about done, guys. I'm going to take half of this. I don't need the whole thing. And if you don't know how to slice and chop, just Google a video. They will explain in detail. The thing with slicing and chopping, you have to continue to do it, and then that's how you become a pro. Yeah. And of course, it kind of has to be in your blood. You have to have kind of like some type of pizzazz about, preparing food. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I think you guys understand. Yeah. And I'm going to stop. Some people use all of this, but it's a bit tough for me. I'm going to give it a few chops and then I'm going to stop. Yeah. Okay, so that's the veggies. I think I sliced them all up. I'm going to leave the okra whole because I don't want that gooey stuff in my soup. So I don't know if you know about okra. It's like some seeds inside and some gooey stuff. So I normally don't put this in my soup. And this is the first time. But they're going bad, as you can see. I threw a lot of them out, and they were very expensive, so I want to try to at least use the ones that I saved. Yeah. So that's that. And then let's go over to the stove. Okay. So I think I changed my mind. I just just don't want to just boil the chicken. It's so much better. For some reason, I like to brown it to give the stock flavor, but I really wanted to make this healthy. Okay, I'm going to just sear it just a bit. So we're going to use a little extra virgin olive oil. And this is my favorite oil. I buy the big ones and I tend to refill these, or because the big one's too heavy for me to lift. I like both, but this is my favorite brand, Filippo, Perio? Yeah, Filippo Perio. And I believe that's an Italian name. Well, this olive oil is delicious. And of course, they have millions of olive oils. I tried them all. These are quite expensive, but not too expensive like some of the designer olive oils. And I just love the quality of them. This one says for sauteing and grilling, and this one says well-balanced flavor for any dish. These are good to use in your salads, any type of cooking. You could even use it in your hair, on your skin. I tend to get real dry skin, so you could use it on your ankles or your knees or your elbows. Even when you're sun tanning, I think that might add to your bronzing, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm just going to give this a little sear. We're just building flavors. That's all we're doing. And I really wanted to leave out this step. That's why I bought the chicken stock. Because normally I make my own chicken stock by doing this method. And then you would add a little onion and garlic, and then that's how you can make the chicken stock. So I wanted to skip this step, and that's why I bought the chicken stock. But for some reason, I just want to give this a little sear. And I wanted to tell you something about this pot. So these pots are by Rachel Ray. Let's move this out the way. Remember, when you're handling chicken, always clean with your dish detergent and even a little bleach if you need to. So I wanted to show you something about this pot. So this pot is kind of like beveled over. Can you see that? And they have a lot of grooves inside. So when you cook, sometimes the food and the grease will pop inside. So when you're washing these, if you have anything similar or the same brand, Rachel Ray, make sure to scrub inside. I just kind of soak it and kind of give it a scoop. This is what I use. That's why it's good to buy this stuff. This power, I don't want to get it in my food, this power wash, because it sprays. So you can spray it into crevices like this. You see, the dish soap don't really get in there. So that's a power wash. You can spray it in there and let it sit even overnight. Or you can even soak it in hot water overnight. You can boil some water, but you have to clean inside that rim. If not, it just kind of gets a lot of bacteria and it becomes gross. Yeah. You don't want to have, like I just made that Italian dish, remember, in the same pot. And I don't want to be cooking chicken soup and some of the Italian food is steaming or steeping into my soup. That's not good. Eventually you'll get food poison or some type of bacteria, and you'll be dealing with that. So my chicken, I did leave some skin on. I normally take all the skin off, but when you're making a soup, you want to leave some skin because that's where the flavor is at. And of course the bones. See, I cut off the end of the chicken leg. You gotta have those bones to create that flavor. I even got the tip of the wing because that's a bone. And I have very little skin, but I left what I could. And of course, the wing, it has skin, I just left it. I just kind of gave it a few cuts. I haven't shown me cutting chicken on camera yet. At least I can't remember of me doing it. You know, a lot of people don't eat meat, so you have to be careful what you do on camera. because I want to make this pleasing to everybody. And like I said, if you don't eat meat, forgive us who do, and you can just eliminate the chicken and just do your vegetable soup. So I'm gonna add a few leeks in here, and a few carrots, just to kind of create that flavor that we're going for. And I'm gonna add some of my seasonings. Put a little bit of that sage, very little. You don't want a sagey soup. You don't want it to taste like Thanksgiving. Yeah. Okay. Then we're going to give it a quick stir. Smells so good. Okay, so we're going to let those carrots kind of like steam just a little bit. And these are by Rachael Ray too. Aren't they gorgeous? Yes, I love them. I think they came with the set. I can't remember because my son had opened it, so I don't remember. Has this one, and then it came with a spatula. They're so nice. Because I like vintage utensils. I try to pick them up when I'm out thrifting. I haven't found any recently, but I like vintage utensils. So if you can find the vintage ones in great condition, they're so much better. See, I have this one too. I just love these, yes. And you can buy some that they sell now. They're similar, but they're not as nice. Because I bought some and I didn't like them. When I found those, I was so happy. Okay, I think that's enough for flavor. So we're going to go ahead and add the rest of the vegetables. And you see I have more vegetables than chicken because I want more of a vegetable soup, a vegetable stock. And then we're going to give this a little shake. I think I'm going to use a little bit more than half of this, and then I'm going to add some water. And I think this is a large cup, so I'm going to say that's about 2 cups of water. Yeah, I think that should do it. Maybe another half a cup. So that was 2 cups and a half. And turn it up as high as you can. Bring it to a boil. I'm going to add a little bit of those chives. I always do that. You're supposed to use this when your hand is dry because they will stick to your hand. I'm going to put the rest of that seasoning in. I'm going to add a little bit of that dill. I only have a drop left. And it's good if you have some fresh dill too. You can even put celery seed in here to give it more of a celery flavor. And you just kind of mix it around. Don't mix the chicken. Leave the chicken on the bottom. You want the chicken to cook the most, so leave that on the bottom. After a while, you're going to mix it all together to create that flavor and that deliciousness. But right now, don't mix that chicken. Leave that chicken right on the bottom. And I'm going to add a drop of the pepper flake. Just very little. You can always put some in your bowl as you're, serving it up. And that's just going to be for a little flavor. Okay, so we'll bring that to a boil, and then after you bring that to a boil, you're going to put it on simmer, and we're going to let it cook for, I'll say 20 to 30 minutes. And then we'll come back and give it a stir, and then maybe another 20 minutes. Now, chicken soup can cook anywhere. We're going to add the noodles as well. You can cook this anywhere from 10 minutes to 30 minutes to an hour to 2 hours. It just depends on how you like it. Some people like the vegetables really mushed. I like some texture to my vegetables, and I like the freshness of them, so I don't like to cook it too much. In fact, I will normally cook the chicken first and then add the veggies, but I don't want, I'm on YouTube, so I can't do too many steps because I'll be in this kitchen all day. Okay, so remember, like I said, bring it to a boil, and then we're going to reduce it. I'm going to set the timer. Matter of fact, I'm going to set the timer now for 25 minutes. Set for 25 minutes. See? 25 minutes, yes. And so it'll beep, and then we'll be back. Okay, go grab some tea or donuts, and then I'll see you back here. Well, actually, wait a minute. You don't have to come back because you'll just be watching the video. I keep thinking sometimes I'm live. I wish I was. Like, I would love to do a show. Oh my God, like on PBS or something like that, the Home Cooking Network. But I don't know if I have the strength for that because that's a lot of work. Like, I would need a lot of help. But they do have a casting crew that comes in and help. And you could even bring your family members that come in and help. Yes. Okay. See you back soon. Okay. So it's still 6 minutes left on the clock, but it's kind of boiling, so I want to give it a stir. And at this point, I'm going to incorporate the chicken from the bottom of the pot so it can all get flavored. And the chicken's cooked at this point. That's why I wanted to brown it, because if not, it's a longer process, and then you don't want your veggies to overcook. And then you have that good flavor. When that chicken browns, it leaves a great flavor. So once this is done, I'm ready to eat. I cleaned up everything. Let me check the texture of the veggies. You don't want them to overcook. I think the carrots need to cook a little more. And we'll add a little bit of the noodles. I'm just going to sit them on top. I really don't like noodles. Some people like lots of noodles. You can add a whole lot. And you know what's fun? Those bow tie noodles, especially when you have little kids. Yes. If you're going to make this for children, I would suggest adding more tinier pieces of veggies. This way they won't even notice it and they can kind of eat it because it'll be stuck to the pasta. Also, I would use like a fun alphabet noodle. Like the alphabet letters or like the bow tie. Something fun where they're engaging with the food and they want to eat it. And also I would add more flavor. I would put some salt, maybe some seasoning salt if you have. And I wouldn't minus the water. I would just use that whole thing of stock. Because when you're serving children, you have to have some flavor. Because they'll be like, oh, mommy, what's that? So I'm just going to leave the pasta right there. And I'm going to set it for another, let's say, the pasta should be cooked in 12 minutes. So I'll do 15 minutes. And then it should be ready to serve. All right. Okay, guys, the soup is served. So once the timer went off, it was cooked. So that was it. So I think we did the first one was under 25 minutes. But first we seared the chicken, and then we added the veggies, added the stock in the water, and then we set the timer for 25 minutes. But I stirred it before that timer went off, and then we added another. Was it 15 or 20 minutes? Oh no, I forgot. Well, it's in the video, so you'll know. And then it was done. Once the timer went off, it was done. The pasta's cooked perfectly. Everything's beautifully. I served it up, and you have to have a lot of stock. That's why I had a lot of stock. You could even do more stock. And I won't even be eating the chicken, to be honest. Yeah, I won't even be eating the chicken. I need the vegetables. So here's my serving. I can't wait to dive in. I hope you enjoyed this video. Can't wait to dive in. It's such a delicious meal. So easy to prepare. And it's very affordable. Extremely affordable. That bok choy, that's pricey, but I had that in the house anyway. And then you can add some chives if you want. A few more peppercorns, and of course some salt and pepper to taste. I didn't put any salt, but that chicken stock is, I think I bought the unsalted. Let me see. And this goes in the refrigerator once you're done. Yeah, this is unsalted. So this didn't have any in here. Unsalted, no salt. I wanted to just make sure because I wasn't sure. They say it's unsalted, but I still think it has some salt. I don't know. We'll taste it. I haven't tasted it yet. I haven't even tasted. I guess I'll taste it. Yeah, why not? Do I have a spoon? Yeah, why not? I'll taste it on camera. Mmm. So good. Mine don't need any salt, but if you may like salt. Mmm. Mmm. It's so delicious. I think I need some red pepper flakes still. It's so delicious. So yes, add your little salt and pepper. And also you can have crackers on the side. Yes, crackers are excellent. I think the best crackers for me that pairs with soups are those saltine crackers. Or the wheat thins. Yeah, the wheat thins pair nice too. So enjoy and God bless. I'll see you next time. Oh, I wanted to show you this. Remember that Valentine's cup that I bought? You see it in the sink there? I've got it, so I'm going to be drinking tea out of it. So when you buy things like this from the thrift store, you have to soak them. I scrubbed it first with the Ajax, like on the inside, really, really good. And then now I'm soaking it in some bleach water and some soap. And I'm going to let that soak overnight. And I put some really hot water. It's not too hot now because it's been sitting for a minute. But with that said, God bless. And see you next time. My new subscribers, don't forget to hit that subscription button and leave a sweet comment. Thank you. Bye-bye.